was just pounding, and I was like, oh man, there's nothing, I can't describe it, as comparable to anything else. The rush of potentially seeing a new southern resident killer whale is just indescribable.
It's a special sight and something most people in our region look forward to seeing. Last week, the first new southern resident orca calf appearing, now named J59, the baby coming as a sign of hope. But orca pregnancies are just a small part of the overall equation for saving the southern resident orcas. Years of research, planning, and spending is underway.
Fox 13 has been following along as the governor's office implements new strategies to rescue our local pod. And Fox 13's Matthew Smith joins us now to see where that work stands.
48. That's the number of recommendations the governor's task force came up with, all of them aimed at either the salmon that orca eat, the harmful loud sound that we create in the waters that they swim, or the actual water itself here in Puget Sound. Now, the most important number I can tell you, though, is 74. That is the number of southern resident killer whales left, counting J59 and assuming that we haven't lost any more whales. Now, even counting this calf, the numbers in this water, they are way, way down. Few things can rival the sight of an orca calf.
It reminds us that the work we're doing matters, and the population is ready to keep doing what they do to survive if we can create the right conditions.
Those conditions, or issues, Julie Watson with WDFW is getting at are availability of food, noise from vessels, and contaminants in the water. All three were top of mind when the state compiled 48 recommendations to save the orcas. Today, at least some type of action has been taken on all but two. A recommendation to suspend viewing of the whales, or in other words, a pause on whale watching boats. And the second, a minimum standard for local stormwater funding. The governor's latest budget proposal, however, would look to fund that work as well.
This topic goes across so many efforts and so much work, clean water, salmon recovery, vessels. And so, while you might not see an immediate benefit tomorrow, I think we're all in it for the long haul. And we are not going to stop moving forward and having hope that we can recover this endangered species.
Back in 2005, there were just 88 orcas when they were listed as an endangered species, meaning even with J59 in the hope of 2 more births this year, we're moving in the wrong direction. It's why hatchery production is going up.
If it wasn't for the hatchery, there wouldn't be much left in this creek.
You see, most salmon, and especially the Chinook salmon the orcas prefer, are also endangered. And the 6.5 million produced here along Seuss Creek in Auburn matter a lot.
This is the key to keeping everything going, whether it's fisheries, sport, tribal, commercial, feeding the orca, you name it. I mean, it's all right here. It's where it starts from a hatchery perspective.
In recent years, federal and state funds to up production have skyrocketed. Essentially, Washington state is creating an endangered species to feed another. Beginning in May and June, these little smolts will travel down the Green River, out to Puget Sound, up inside Passage, and spend years in the Pacific Ocean, many near the Canadian San Juans, where the orcas spend a lot of their time. Through fecal matter and stomach content, researchers have pegged the salmon from this creek as important.
We know through those studies that our fish are contributing to the diet of orca because of that.
But increasing production is just part of the salmon work. Habitat restoration to save wild salmon matters. And when it comes to hunting, that food is only good if it can be found. Vessel noise makes it harder for orcas to find their food. They rely on echolocation to hunt. And in terms of silencing Puget Sound, there's no quick fix with tons of boats, not to mention commerce, a booming port industry. But finding a way to strategically lessen harmful noise is key. New research from NOAA seems to indicate that female orcas give up foraging when it's too noisy. A dangerous situation with a new calf and more on the way.
We know that female southern resident orcas need to find and capture food so that they can meet their increased nutritional needs for both gestation as well as lactation. And the fact that they are being disproportionately impacted by and more likely to give up on trying to find food when boats are nearby is concerning to us.
Luckily, work is underway. This year, we saw the beginning of research. This buoy can help collect data on slowing down ships or even redirecting them from a noise perspective. It's part of a larger quiet sound initiative. There's also ongoing work to simply clean up or decrease the amount of contaminants we pump into the water that these orcas call home. But changing course midstream is no small task, and while not all measurables are visible to the naked eye or even in the number of southern residents, right now there's something that's even harder to measure. We're seeing real hope.
You might not see an immediate difference next month, next year in the reproductive success of these whales or even in the population. But the ability for those calves to survive, really depend on those three threats being addressed.
Salmon, sound, and water quality. That's the bottom line. All three are key, though the food itself is without a doubt the most important issue day to day, so these orcas don't starve. Now, clearly, there's a lot at play here. This year, we'll be committing ourselves to telling these stories, connecting a confusing web of solutions that give some experts hope that the orcas won't become a symbol, but instead, that they could actually bounce back. Matthew Smith, Fox 13 News.